Good afternoon. Prosecutors say that man was delusional but still knew right from wrong. Well, now a judge has sentenced a convicted killer to 2 consecutive life sentences. 42-year-old Mike McHugh was shot and killed in Jacksonville Beach back in February of 2011. Investigators say Charles Pierce killed McHugh and also tried to kill his own stepfather. The state says Pierce shot at them because he thought his stepfather and McHugh, who was his neighbor, were stealing his $30 million inheritance that didn't exist. Channel 4's Haley Winslow was in the courtroom for that sentencing. She joins us now live from the newsroom. Haley? We're also following a local breaking news alert on Jacksonville's north side. Jacksonville police, they are investigating a suspicious package. The scene is along New Berlin Road. That road is blocked from Heckscher Drive to north of William Ostner Drive. New Berlin Road East is also blocked from Alta Drive to New Berlin Road. We have a crew headed to the scene, and of course we'll bring you new details as soon as we get them. We're learning more about a crash that killed a bicyclist this morning in Orange Park. It happened just after 6 on Blanding Boulevard at Belmont Boulevard. The man was walking with a bike when a car hit him. Channel 4's Marcus White joins us now live from the scene with more from investigators. Marcus? All right, thank you, Marcus. Governor Scott signed several dozen bills into law this morning, including a high-profile one known as the warning shot bill. It basically says that if you're in reasonable fear of death or great bodily harm, you can use deadly force under stand your ground. The law does take effect immediately. The possibility that this bill would become law caused a Jacksonville judge to push back the retrial of Marissa Alexander because of the possibility that the law could be retroactive. Right now, a Northside Salon is holding a fundraiser to help a family that suffered a tremendous tragedy this week. A fire killed 4 family members. 3 young siblings from the Fowler family died Tuesday evening in Ocean Way. Their grandmother was also killed. Their 6-year-old sister, Hattie, was the only survivor. Now, she's out of the hospital and back at home with her parents. Today, Sabella Salon is holding a car wash to help the Fowler family. They're located at 387 New Berlin Road, and you can also donate food, clothing, or toys if you'd like to help this family out. Now to the crisis in Iraq. President Obama says American troops will not return to combat there, but as many as 300 military advisors will try to help the Iraqi government as it deals with increasing sectarian violence. In spite of Iraqi airstrikes, ISIS has had continued success. Militants have even taken over a facility that Saddam Hussein once used to produce and store chemical weapons, but officials doubt anything left inside has, quote, any military value. The IRS commissioner feeling some heat on Capitol Hill today. He says his agency's inspector general is investigating a hard drive failure in connection with the congressional investigation. The investigation is trying to figure out whether the IRS singled out Tea Party groups for tax-exempt status. Last week, the IRS said it couldn't produce some of the former executive Lois Lerner's emails because her computer crashed in 2011. The IRS commissioner says 8 federal employees experienced hard drive failures, meaning all of their emails related to the investigation could be unrecoverable. Well, he hasn't been a member of the team for a year, but the New England Patriots have been named in a lawsuit against Aaron Hernandez. Why attorneys are going after the team, that's ahead. All right, everybody, it is game time. Adults versus teens, local celebrities playing against students, and it's all for a chance to win and give back to a great cause. I'm talking about the celebrity basketball game, and we have several different players here in the studio with us. So last year, the students took home the prize, and this year local celebrities are trying to come back with a vengeance. So joining us on this full couch this morning is Dr. Nikolai Vitti, Superintendent of Duval County Schools, Jacksonville City Council President Bill Gulliford, Pat Garrity, who is Florida Blue CEO, and the student ambassadors who put it all together, and some of the students who are going to be taking part in the game. So we got a lot going on this morning. Thank you, everybody, for coming out and being here with me this morning. First of all, now, what happened last year now? We want to talk about this. Now, y'all are supposed to be the celebrities.
Well, last year we spotted them about a 20-point lead. Whittled that down, but wasn't able to overcome the deficit. But this year it's going to be a different year.
Didn't whittle it down. He came roaring back. It's the whole story. He was a machine.
I wasn't there last year.
No, he wasn't.
We have a new recruit.
Right.
Very good outside shooter.
Yeah.
And we have a better team this year. So I hope they're ready.
So I'm excited
They're
about
younger,
this.
faster, but we're more experienced and have maybe better perseverance.
We're shorter and slower, so we got them.
Hopefully you guys have been practicing. This is a really cool event. I know that I'm a Star really helped put this together. Talk to me about where the idea came from and what the event's going to be.
Well, a couple of years at an I'm a Star meeting, we had a leader-to-leader summit where we had to design service projects based on areas that were needed and help within Duval County. And homeless students was one of them, so we figured we could tackle it and make it less. At the time, it was about 1,600 homeless students, and when we got to the actual event, it was 1,900. Oh. And it's still growing every day, so we're trying to just lower it because we feel like 0 is like the perfect number of homeless students.
Mm-hmm. So talk to me about how the game is going to work and how you're planning to combat that problem through this game.
We're just trying to raise funds so that we're able to help in any way we can, whether it's if you need glasses, if you need basic toiletries. We're just trying to use the money from the game to not only promote awareness for the cause, but to raise funds to help lower it.
Awesome. I know you guys are going to be taking part in the game. What made you decide that you wanted to take part in this game?
Well, it made me want to take part in the game because it's for a great cause to help the homeless students. Mm-hmm. And I'm just very competitive.
Yeah.
He wanted to take advantage of some old guys is what he wanted to do.
So you play at Stanton. What's going to make this game a little bit different for you?
Well, I think it's just a great opportunity to actually give back to the community, especially since it's a foundation sponsored by someone who's a Jacksonville native, and I just think it's going to make it a lot more competitive, like my buddy said, and then because I always want to win.
Yeah.
And also, it'll be for a good cause because we're going to be giving back to the community.
So I know this is you guys, your second year playing in the game. This is your first year. I just want to ask each of you, what made you want to say, okay, I'm going to get out here, lace up my shoes, and take part in this?
I've been involved with I'm a Star for the last several years, and I just think it's a phenomenal organization. I've been having 2 of them come as pages for every city council meeting, and they've enjoyed the witnessing the process, the political process. But more importantly, this is the best of our community. These are young people that are motivated and passionate about helping and giving back, and we need to encourage that. It needs to expand, needs to get bigger even.
And you, Dr. Vitti?
Well, I think very similar. The Almastar Foundation, what they do with kids, it's inspiring, and the students themselves as student leaders, I think are an example of what we're trying to do in public education regarding developing the next generation of leaders, and the way they articulate the vision, how they've organized the logistics, and you can't argue that it's not a great cause. And then finally, it's a way to continue to compete, and show folks that just because you're old, you can still play ball.
Well, some can.
Some can.
And I would say that, from Florida Blues believes in the dignity and the potential of every person. And so this is about really, empowering people, regardless of the fact that they're homeless. The cause is great. The folks from Almastar are doing a terrific job. We're thrilled to be part of it. I'm thrilled to be part of it because I'm a basketball junkie. I'm from New York, and I don't like to lose.
Uh-oh. Okay, so you were coaching last year.
No, I'm the captain. I'm the captain. My job is to bring Sprint, Bengay, Aspercream, and a number of other things. That's what a captain's supposed to do.
It's going to be a great game,
yes,
guys. Thank you so much for joining us. I really appreciate it. Of course, if you want to check out all the celebrities and students playing here, you want to make sure that you're in the house next Saturday, 6 o'clock at Paxton High School. All the information you need is right there on your screen. The tickets are just $5 for students, $10 for adults, and you remember it's all going to a great cause. For more information, check out imastarfoundation.org. Neighbors told me it's still hard for them to think about that day, to think about what happened to Cherish, and of course, the man accused of killing her heading to trial, but still they try to hold on to the good memories of her young life.
Beautiful. Long, beautiful black hair. She was gorgeous. All 3 of them are gorgeous, but Cherish in particular was really smart, gorgeous, creative. She wanted to be an artist, I know that.
That's how Cherish Periwinkle's neighbor remembers the vibrant 8-year-old. And even a year after her death, those special moments are as clear as ever.
She used to come over here and play with my dog all the time, ask for Enoch to come outside, so I miss that.
In the years since Periwinkle died, her mother, Rain Periwinkle, has moved out of the house she shared with Cherish and her 2 other daughters, who are now in foster care. The streets of this neighborhood empty on this anniversary, a far cry from how this neighbor says it looked last year when police found Cherish's body.
Crying woke me up. You could hear it literally down the street. And then I was just terrified to look out the door and open the door, and everybody was outside crying and hugging, and yeah.
Police arrested and charged 57-year-old Donald Smith, who befriended the girl's mother at a Northside dollar store and went with them to a nearby Walmart to buy clothes. Investigators say he offered to take Cherish with him to get something to eat and left with the girl. After searching for his van for hours, officers found it on I-95 and shortly after found Cherish's body. And it's not just those who knew Cherish well who can't forget that day, but also those who didn't even know her at all.
Just love your kids because we never know.
That's what Myra Brown says she took away from the tragedy, one she says she still thinks about today.
Well, I was thinking about my grandkids and kids. It could have been, one of my kids. And, I was feeling for the mother and, what had happened to her. And, you have to put yourself in this situation.
A tragic day no one will forget, and a beautiful child who will always be remembered.